We can't wait to talk about violence against Black trans women when they're murdered.
Right now, it's a community shocked and saddened by recent murders of two transgender women.
Just tell me what your reaction was to that.
I was thrilled. I don't create cakes for every message that people ask me to create.
Trans lives matter! Trans lives matter! Trans lives matter! Trans lives matter!
In 1776, Thomas Jefferson argued that it was self-evident that all men are created equal. When our nation was born, our founders dreamed of a land of equality. Unfortunately, that dream is not alive today. Since America was founded, different minority groups have faced discrimination from those with more power and privilege. In our modern society, LGBTQ people, despite having many advantages, are still at the receiving end of this discrimination. Often this discrimination is based on religion. Although religious freedom is a key American value enshrined in the First Amendment, it should not have a greater value than our civil rights. Our country was founded on a vision of equality, and this equality cannot be sacrificed to the desire of religious freedom.
I have been in the past discriminated against by people. This was maybe like 5th grade when my mom was still married, and my stepfather was like kind of religious, not quite. We went to church every Sunday, that kind of thing. And there was this like Instagram thing going around like, oh, on this day, put these different colored lines on your wrist to signify different things. And at this point I thought I was bisexual, and there was one that was like, put this colored line on if you think you're bisexual. And so I did. And I posted it on Instagram and was like, ooh, this thing's happening. And I wasn't out at all at that time, but I just did it anyway because I thought, oh, this is so cool. But then when I came home, my stepfather came into my room and was like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. And I was like, oh no. And I was terrified that, because I had heard like horror stories about religion interfering with people at home and like their safety and their comfort wherever they are. And I thought, oh no, this dude's religious. I don't know what he's gonna do to me or what like is gonna happen to me. And so he went through like listing off all the things, and like by the time he got to the line that said that you're bisexual, I was like sobbing because I was terrified that I was gonna get kicked out of my home in 5th grade. So that really affected me negatively, but it turned out to be fine. I was safe.
Currently, 52% of LGBTQ people in the US live in states where they could be fired, nixed for a promotion, refused training, or harassed at their jobs, all because of their gender identity or sexual orientation. Gerald Bostock of Clayton County managed a child welfare program. He was fired from his job after he joined a gay recreational softball league.
I was fired for being gay.
He was told the firing was because of an audit, not because of his sexual orientation, although Bostock did not believe it. Everything changed when I joined the gay recreational softball league, he said. In the South, Georgia specifically, there are a lot of religious people and homophobia. It can be inferred that Bostock was fired because of his sexuality, and therefore on religious people's homophobia. Bostock decided to bring his case to the court to get justice. It has since made it to the Supreme Court, and is awaiting a decision. Sadly, Gerald's case is not unique. Many other cases exist where LGBT people have been fired for simply being who they are. These sorts of incidents are really harmful. Queer people can simply be trying to do good and be deprived of that because of their identity and people's views on it. Good deeds and positive work are certainly more important.
Religion doesn't mean that you discriminate against people of different sexual orientations or gender identities. It's not like there's this polarity, like you can't be religious and be accepting. Anyone that seemed not as good as anyone else is actually, that's the group that should be welcomed and included and loved more. Anytime we're raising ourselves up above someone else, then we're actually going outside of the teachings of Jesus.
The fight for civil rights and religious freedom has been a part of the United States for a long time. Religious freedom, in fact, was one of the main pull factors for colonization into America. Civil rights and religious freedom are both at the forefront of our country. But civil rights should be valued more because at the end of the day, all we are left with is our souls, our bodies, and unchangeable physicalities that can't simply be repressed. Allowing religious freedom to reign over civil rights okays discrimination, and therefore creates an unfair playing field that leaves straight, cis people above queer people. Religion does have a very important purpose in society. It gives people's lives meaning and fosters a sense of community. But in a diverse nation such as ours, we need to keep our priorities on the people who don't have a choice in their identity. The Equality Act, passed in the House and waiting to be passed in the Senate, would put in place non-discrimination protections for LGBTQ people throughout the workplace, housing, and other aspects of life. The effects of the act would help so many people, and would make the United States a more just place. At the end of the day, we're all searching for meaning, love, and we all want equal opportunities. Religion has been used as an excuse for discrimination time and time again, and that in turn creates a world where not all people are treated equal. We need to take a stand and try to make this world as fair as we can. We can do that by valuing civil rights over religious freedom.